So this video is for Christians who claim to believe in the Bible, but still struggle with the whole flat earth idea. Where the foundation of what you think you believe has to be understood according to whether the cosmology of the world is heliocentric or geocentric. The Bible is a geocentric world model, okay? And you can go on YouTube and you can search all kinds of videos about the difference. Helio, or sun, heliocentrism puts the sun at the center of the universe. This would be the model that NASA promotes, the sun god worshippers, where the geocentric puts the earth land at the center, which is biblical. So the sun plays a very important part of understanding whether we live in a heliocentric world model or a geocentric world model, where actually the sun, moon, and stars plays a critical role in understanding the truth. Okay, so when we come to Genesis here, this word I've highlighted, enlightened, defines something that is illuminator, illuminating light. So we see here, and Elohim made the two great enlightened. Okay, the great enlightened for the rule of the day, which is the sun, and the small enlightened for the rule of the night, which would be the moon and the stars. So the sun, moon, and stars are luminaries. Okay, you can look at the Hebrew word here, H3974, which is the noun me'or, which you see is defined as a light or luminary, which the Devar translates enlightened. Okay? So the sun, moon, and stars are lights. They're not planets. They're not rocks. And the earth certainly is not a luminary. I mean, you're standing on it. It is not emitting light. Which brings me to my next point. In the geocentric biblical cosmology, we see that the earthland is a compassed area. And we all know what a compass is, which here this word is from hug, where if you look it up here at a lexicon, you see it says circle, circuit or compass, not a globe or a ball. And the earth land, which is likened to a compass, also has a hub or a center. Tabur, H2872, which in the definition here you see center, midst or middle, navel, which the Devar translates as a hub here. Center. The center of the earthland. So where would the center of a ball or a globe be? Well, that would be a core. And there's nothing that exists in the core of a ball earth model, which is the heliocentric world model that NASA promotes and scientists promote. But this is not biblical. So the earth is a compassed area that actually has a center or a hub, which aligns with the geocentric world model. Where if you Google images for geocentric world model, you find images similar to this, which is also not true. This is just more propaganda. They want to make the earth to be a ball when it's not a ball. It's flat, stationary, with a firmament dome above it. Okay, so planets are not balls, they're luminaries. The sun and the moon and stars are luminaries. So don't believe the Flat Earth Society propaganda or the Google propaganda, where every damn image on here wants to make it still a ball, which this is not correct. And then even again, if you just search Flat Earth model on Google, the propaganda machine, they want to put all this out in outer space, just like the Flat Earth has some edge to it. This is not what the Bible communicates. This is also propaganda. We're not floating out in space on a flat disk. Stay away from the Flat Earth Society because it's also a propaganda machine. But what really has to settle the matter is the concept of the sun, moon, and stars as luminaries. Because in 2 Kings 20:11, as well as Isaiah 38:8, we see how the stairs of the sundial went backwards 10 stairs, the shadow, which means that Yahweh caused the sun to go backwards, which is not going to work in a heliocentric world model. Again, here's your heliocentric world model, where the sun is at the center of the universe. Okay? How does it go backwards? Everything would have to reverse. Or then even again in Joshua chapter 10 here, we see how Yahweh caused the sun to stand still at Gibeon. How does that work in the heliocentric world model? It doesn't. So the sun, the moon, and the stars are moving in the firmament. The earth land is stationary, which Yahweh is the one seat having over the compassed area of the earth land, which is also likened to a footstool. Isaiah 66:1, for example. A ball doesn't make a very good footstool. And a ball doesn't have a hub or a center unless you're referring to its core. So a hub in an encompassed circled area is the biblical earthland, which is not a luminary or a planet. The earthland is comprised of the Adamah, which is reddish soil, of which Adam was made from. Well, to wrap this up, we also see the relationship of the firmament to waters. Okay, the heavens and the waters that are above the heavens. And there's waters that are below the heavens, which the firmament divides between. This is not a heliocentric part of that model.